It's your boy T Duck, aka Quack Roof for the ladies. Dream come true. How everybody doing this fine afternoon? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Me, I'm just stuffing my face, having a good time, relaxing. Before the storm comes and all this responsibility smack me in the face. I just take time and talk to the listeners and even myself, and nobody show up. It's all to the good. Here, rocking with the best, no doubt, no doubt. So once again, it's not really nothing but something. You feel me? It's a lot. It's a lot of situations taking place, and I think as men we should have character, and we shouldn't be so, you know, demanding of people to have a particular moral code and hold them to a standard that we can't even, follow ourselves. It's that slippery slope type of understanding, you know. Um, you're a legend that somebody, you know, what they call them type people? I forgot. Not peeping Tom, but a flasher. We out here accusing someone of being a flasher at an age of immaturity, but yet at your age of maturity, knowing right from wrong, supposed to be a man of the Torah, following the Ten Commandments, it is said by a well trusted person that you vow as your sister and can do no wrong, poop don't stink, that you whooping out your wee wee on strings. And I only say wee wee because it's been put out there, brother. You ain't packing. But that just goes to show the failure of the American education system. I'd much rather I've done something at my immature age and never repeated it than to have multiple charges or act like that consistently at my age of maturity. Bro, some people fail to deal with things logically. And succumb to the idiocracies of white supremacy. And what do I mean by that? Well, destroying one another, belittling one another, weakening our chances of uprising, things like that. And Judah, stop letting that man control you. He been on a roster for over a year, and then did little or nothing with his career. You know what I'm saying? I understand as a leader, you feel as though, just in your nature, you're not a selfish dude. And I'm not calling you to be selfish, but don't allow yourself, your kindness, to be mistaken for weakness. Because some people would rather tear it down than allow you to have it before they get it. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of backstabbing going on. There's a lot that can be said. But what do y'all care? If it ain't about fame, if it ain't about views, if it ain't about women, I don't think y'all particularly care much about what's going on. And it saddens me to think that the men that are supposed to be warriors are preoccupied with trying to accumulate women, money, trying to become little good Europeans. That's how I see it. You doing nothing but basically buying into the whole notion that all we have to do is try a little bit harder and we'll be a little bit more whitewashed. And they'll accept us. And then if they don't accept us, we can at least look down on our brothers and sisters. And that's what people feel comfortable doing. If you don't believe me, just go on YouTube. Look how we cut each other's throats. But some people need to sit down and stop making idle threats. Especially when they only address is a P.O. box. And when they have to get in line and pray that there's still rooms open. Well, that's not what it is today. But that don't mean that's what it was yesterday. So, you need to humble yourself. Because what little you have, that makes you feel like you're better than those people you was hanging around. When you had to, go to St. Anthony's to eat and all that. Yeah. Alcohol is a hell of a drug. It'll keep you from being able to do the things you can do in your life. It makes other people treat you like a child and don't trust you with a lot of things. I think before you start trying to belittle people, you should get your life in order. Only a suggestion. Shout out to Killer B and Jarrell. Man, everybody probably sleep. Well, let me drop the okay. Yeah, there go the link, yo. But it's just amazing how cowards and flunkies become the face of blackness and what it means and what it is to be a man when you've been irresponsible all your life. It's inconsistent. Your whole nature reeks of, assimilation or wanting or urging to be something you're not because you hate what you are. And your hate for yourself is so bad. You wanna victimize, or you want to bring people underneath you so you could feel some type of power, some type of control. How you build up this facade. You build up this facade hoping the weak-minded would succumb and feel as though you have some worth But when you turn that camera on, you realize how small you are. Yeah, Taz cooking right now. Taz over there cooking. I'm pretty sure people start waking up. It's just early. Shit. Yeah. All these brothers ain't got a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out. They get online. They didn't kill 15 million people and did all this gangster shit only because they think there ain't no real gangsters online. Niggas have been smoking dope, being confidential informants. But, man, I'm telling you, y'all better leave some of these people alone. They Tom Brady for real. I'm gonna repeat that. Y'all better leave some of these people alone. They Tom Brady for real. You know, people learn the hard way. People don't always like sound advice. Our peoples are dreamers. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that be fucking us up. We don't want to deal with reality. So we utilize the dreams, the faith, the hope. The sad thing about it, though, is some of us who know that shit won't work. Oh, my bad, but some of us know that those dreams won't work. So what we do is we perpetuate like we within the realm or within the midst of the ideas that are presented, but we just gonna take advantage of you because we deal with reality. And when reality tells you something isn't gonna work, you don't keep trying to utilize it because that's what contests to a insanity. So it's clear that somebody is suffering from insanity because they keep telling on people in real life and on YouTube. They can't hold water. They run their mouths like a little hen. And we supposed to believe you gangster? What gangsters is telling people information like that? Nah, man. I'm eating Raisin Bran. But it's hopeless for some. Because they don't want change. They don't want help. They don't want help, or they don't want sound advice. Because the state they in, they enjoy people feeling sorry for them. You know, they enjoy people not taking them serious so that they continue to spew the things that they say and feel like a gangster, feel like they got all this money. But yet and still, they don't have a key to a home. they have to go to a PO box that's within a homeless shelter and get their mail. You know, they have these exotic cars, and they have everything in life a man can want, but they can't get their shit together online. But this is what we deal with. We deal with mental illness on a daily, and how we handle it is not the most efficient way to handle such issues. I would say that if you listen more rather than get I think we get fascinated by certain things without really listening and looking for certain signs because we haven't been taught, or we haven't dealt with psychology in a way where we pick up on things. I was quite sick. I will bring on what thing. I was listening to a stream yesterday, and the guy that was streaming had ran into an Asian lady, and I thought I might have to call 911 the way he was going about it. You talking about he know apartment she in, but he don't know the apartment number and how he gonna do her, and she give him a chance. He was real aggressive in his thinking about how he was gonna handle that situation. I just like I understand why nobody gravitates towards him. I understand why other platforms could take advantage of him, but I don't get why he think he could tell Judah what to do when he ain't got no nair duck in a row. And he's just polluting Judah's channel. He's running people off of Judah's channel. Judah used to have women. I mean, Judah messed up himself too. But it doesn't help like you do what you do. Knowing it's only compounding the situation, the issue. It's like, Judah, you do what you do, and now you got him like just solidifying any hope or chance of women coming to the stream. And it's stuff like that. We have to be mutually beneficial. And what that means is that no one is taking advantage of the other. That's what men do. Men don't look to gain advantage over another man in any type of bargaining agreement whatsoever. That is a indicator of white supremacy. When you making deals where you take advantage, like them gotcha debates, that's the indoctrination within us. You know what I'm saying? Well, you didn't read the fine print. That's a white supremacist attitude or tactic. Or I worked this hard, so I'm not gonna give it to you because I feel as though I worked this hard. So you gotta struggle too. No one is willing to sacrifice. No one is willing to do the work for the people and expect nothing in return. But they want all the support from the people. So it's a lot of conundrums. It's just so much. But then there's so little thought being made because everybody is trapped in this faith. Well, God's just going to give it to us. Well, God's going to take care of us. And that's exactly the design of white supremacy. Not utilizing your own facilities, your five senses, but just, basically leaving it to God to deal with, the Most High to deal with, and not even try. When you equate God with a spiritual book, white supremacy's got you. When you're dealing with your brother, and you're not being impartial, but and it's balanced. You're practicing white supremacy. When you pick materialism over the needs of the people, you have been indoctrinated into the white supremacist mind state. When you are numb to the fact that a 14-year-old girl has been sexually assaulted, you have been indoctrinated into white supremacy. So I think we have to adopt the attitude and refine what it is we think manhood means to be. We can't allow some 2,000-year-old book or even older define for us manhood. Manhood has to come from us. It has to be a sample size big enough of people who have progressed and have the experience of life to dictate how we're going to move forward. And I think that's where we fall short, because we're listening to people who haven't even developed who they are. Excuse me, who they are, trying to tell us how to be. Failures upon failure upon failure. It's just like, when do we begin to stop playing? When do we begin to take things serious? Like, when does the clout chase end and we promote the things that are truly and genuinely important? When do we become the warriors we're supposed to be? At the age we are, we're supposed to be the warriors. We're supposed to stand up and be like, that shit ain't happening, not in my backyard. And if we all got to come together in New York, then we come together in New York. If we all got to come together in Texas, then we all come together in Texas. If we all got to come together in Gary, Indiana, we all got to come together in Gary, Indiana. But we stand for something. Even if it means our lives, we let them know. We understand the importance of the children. We understand that the children are our future. We understand that if we allow our children to be victimized and destroyed and manipulated through propaganda or things of that nature, we do not have a future, because we will die. Even if we don't go to war, we're going to die. You guarantee death at birth. So why not sacrifice yourself for a cause worthy of your life? And that is the you. It's always been a you. Huey P. Newton, all of them, Bobby Seale. They wasn't too old, and they stood up. You know, we get settled and we get comfortable in this white supremacist state, and we feel as though we gain materialism and things of that nature, we could just fall back. It's not that serious. But we need to get rid of that attitude. You mean I fought for Uncle Sam? You don't think I can't fight for my people? You don't think I wouldn't risk it all for my people, just like I risked it all at one time for this country? But nobody really serious about nothing. Nobody wants to say, well, so-and-so is here. You know, people want to act like they're giving you their address and stuff. They can't show you a street sign, but they gangster as hell. What my little self gonna do to you? I'm no threat. I'm no threat to you because you black. You just feel comfort in that. But unless you a pedo or something, you know, if you're a sexual deviant, then, you know, we may have a problem in Houston. Or I'll go Houston, we have a problem. Yeah. But I mean, at the end of the day, we got to get our priorities straight. You sitting here, like, this whole paperwork game is for suckers. You know what I'm saying? You have something, show it. If you don't, then don't even speak on it. It makes no sense. You better do this, you better do that. Like, I understand the clown shit is what motivates y'all, but I'm tired of games. Like, I'm getting old. In my tender age, I got to be a little bit more serious. And I think as a people, we need to be a little bit more serious on how we handle things and how we handle people so that we can deter them from doing certain acts, defer them from doing certain acts. And it's just like we're capable, uh, you know, we're capable of defending ourselves, or at least defending our children. But we too caught up in materialism. We too caught up in being accepted by white supremacy, which will never happen. And even the ones that are able to, quote unquote, get through the cracks, all they are used is to show that things aren't that bad. If Jordan could make it, anybody can make it. It's not that bad. So they're still using our success to victimize us because they're not giving credit to us for that happening. They're giving credit to white supremacy for that happening. And for every Jordan, there is a million other black people who are destroyed, who aren't given a chance to make it. But because we have Jordan, white supremacists feel is that they did their part, or they contributed to, us in a manner that we should be praising them instead of, fighting against it. And a lot of these brothers on YouTube is comfortable with that. Actually, they're agents for the system. They're not willing. Man, if in the motherland they could go to war on a whim with rocks and bottles, with our ability to have arms, I think we could be effective if our heart was in the right place. If we truly meant to set a standard, I think it's quite possible. I think we can make it safer for our babies if we truly cared about it, just like how we cared about civil rights. I think that's the new thing because there's sex trafficking and there's a whole lot of stuff going on. These quote unquote polygamists, these polygamous doctrine is a Nuwabian thing, not only Nuwabian, but Black Hebrew Israelites, but it's basically a way to, sex traffic and do other types of things. Not to say that these organizations are, dealing with it to that capacity, but it just like people that just look up. That's what Polite was on, the polygamy thing. Polygamy is so great. But he was also, in the case of that little girl, she was what, 14 or 15 when she left New York to go to LA. And later on, when she got older, she became his wife. That's sex trafficking. She was in New York and she ends up in California. Like, how hard is it for y'all to see it for what it is? How hard is it to see the HOK hand in all of this? It was the hub. It was the brain. It was the facilitation center. How hard is it? Like, y'all weak. Y'all act like y'all don't understand how we succumb to white supremacy when you basically succumb to black degeneracy. We have accepted and allowed the House of Consciousness to basically ram down our throats a false consciousness and a means to allow degenerates within our communities and exploit and pillage with immunity. With immunity. So, I say to you, like, what we doing this for? If nobody really care and everybody want to get taken advantage of, because all they doing is offering you could have this American dream. They telling you could have American dream, but they live in the American dream with your donations and your funding and your inability to see them for the enemies they are and take notice or take action. This is the conundrum. This is the tangle well we weave. And then we got weak men talking to real people online, ain't got a pot to piss in, a window to throw out, but a gun don't make you a gangster. But he could be a part of an organization that's supposed to be bringing up consciousness. Just look at the picture. Look at him, and he's a part of the HOK, the House of Consciousness. And remember, the House of Consciousness is supposed to be about awareness. Now go back and look at him, the scrub, who can't keep a girl to save his life. Look at him and how he conducts himself. And then go back to the HOK, and they're supposed to be about awareness. Do you see the thing? He takes degenerates, and they'll protect him. He seeks out degenerates because he knows, like everybody else knows, through all the pain and suffering we have suffered, we have scooped to this level of degeneracy. There's more degenerates than there are real ones. But that don't mean the real ones can't stand up, because it's always quality over quantity. And if it's that bad, I wouldn't even want to live in a world like that anyway. I don't want to live in a world where a dude could get a pass for, victimizing our children. That's not the world I want to live in. I'll be happily give my life up if that's the world that I'm forced to live in. But as a soldier, I'm going to fight. My life comes with a price, because you putting yours at risk. Just like I'm putting mine. But I feel as though my cause is greater than any gold or any type of fame. Yeah, I'm getting a little too serious on this one. I was just supposed to be catting off, but I hope y'all got the message or whatever the case. I mean, at the end of the day, everybody gonna do what they're gonna do, right? And nobody's gonna do anything about anything until it hits home. You know what I'm saying? Once it hits your home, then you're ready to do everything. You want everybody to have your back. That's what I'm saying. Let's make it hard for these suckers to breathe. That's all I'm saying. Make them uncomfortable. They too comfortable in it. They too lax. I wonder why. Hey, with that being said, shout out to everybody. Do what you got to do. Stop allowing these people to take advantage of you. Stop allowing these people to use the system to further enslave you. Stop allowing these people to bind you with religion and faith, and get logical and get dangerous. And let's stay on their necks and expose the fuck out of them. With that, one love.